Hey guys, I'm your host, Brooke Siffrinn, and you're watching Film Wars TV, the show where we get the inside scoop on the Nevada film community. This week I'm here with John Gilligan, who is the founder and host of the Improv Audition Challenge. How you doing, John?
Good, Brooke. How are you? What's going on?
Fantastic.
Thanks for having me. This is like an honor to me. I've never been interviewed before.
Really? Oh, your standards are low.
Cut.
No, okay, so you do,
for editing.
You do a lot of improv. So tell me your background with improv. How did you get started?
I actually got scammed into improv, and what happened was we put together a show, and it turned out that it was a scam, so we had to take it somewhere else, and we decided we're going to allow people to get up on stage and try improv because they're afraid of it. And the definition of improv is to come up with something off the top of your head and act it out on the spot, which we do all day, every day. And people don't know that. They think they have to go to school and learn to make motions and do certain things, and it's nonsense. So we simplify the process, and we let them get up and play games with their improv professionals that we have, who are really not professionals. They're comedians. Right. It's all about the humor.
True. So that's kind of what makes the Improv Audition Challenge different than the other shows. Basically, you let the audience come every week and get involved, right?
Exactly. We have people we actually have a waiting list now, almost 2 months long, of people who want to be on the show. And it does set us apart from other improv shows because they practice, and it's kind of scripted.
Right.
And they proved that I'm not an improv person. We did Kopi's. He's part of Just Serendipity. They had a charity invitational tournament, and the first round I lost because I'm more of a host and comedian than I am an improv player. They had some fantastic people at that thing, and it was for a good cause. He raised money for the American Cancer Society.
Oh, okay.
But we found out the difference between improv and what we do. But people seem to enjoy both of them.
Right.
The problem is Nevada doesn't have a big following with improv.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a big following with stand-up comedy. New York, Chicago, LA, all these places, they have improv shows, and you can go do it.
Yeah.
Here, you can come try it.
So you got your start as a stand-up comedian? Or?
I did, years ago, and it was funny. They told me I was going to be the fourth comic of the evening one night. So the MC gets up and introduces the comic, then the MC introduces the next one, then he introduces the next one, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a big treat, and it's my turn. I'm ready." He says, "This is something you're going to tell your grandkids about. Probably one of the funniest stand-up comedians you're ever going to see. This guy's legendary already, and blah, blah, blah. Let me bring to the stage," and I stood up, and all you heard was my chair scraping. He said, "Andrew Dice Clay." And I quietly sat back down and watched him go up there and just kill it for 40 minutes. And then I had they called my name, and I looked around like, where is that John Gilligan? Who I didn't have the nerve to go up on stage after Andrew Dice Clay. This was 1991. He was selling out arenas.
Yeah,
I'm not going to top this guy.
Okay, now you and I talked a little bit beforehand about how you kind of want to expand the Improv Audition Challenge past Vegas. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Thank you. I don't mind if I do. What happened is it started out small. We got a following. We've had some people who haven't missed a show in 30 weeks. It's the same format week after week with different contestants, so people come back to see it again and again. We're in negotiations right now with Hollywood Bound Acting Academy to teach their improv classes on Monday nights. Supposed to meet with Anthony Cools. He wants us to do the show in the Plaza Hotel in his new club on Thursday nights, and we're also trying to get it onto cruise ships because they figure if you have 5,000 people drinking on a cruise ship, 6 or 8 of them are going to want to get up on stage and play our games.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool. Now, you also have some things in the works with MyLV Tell me about that.
Hopefully MyLV will be happy with what we produce. We have a gentleman in town who is a film and TV producer. He came and saw the show and told us, "You have more talent than Saturday Night Live has had in the past 15 years. Let's write a few sketches." And I said, we don't do sketches, it's improv. Let's come up with a few premises and we'll film that. So we're going to film 3 of them and present them to MyLV, and hopefully they'll pick us up.
So it's 3 different shows?
3 different pilots that we'd have to have. They call it in the can because in the old days they would have reels of film and put it in a metal can and deliver it to somebody.
Oh, okay.
Now it's a disc, but they still say put it in the can. So we have to have 3 22-minute demos in the can.
So they're all the same concept, each show, or?
Each show will be completely different. Like if you ever watch Reno 911,
yeah.
Reno 911 is an improv show. They tell them, here's the scene, go act it out. They don't give them lines, they don't do anything. That's what we'll do. We have concepts and we'll act them out.
Okay.
We're actually looking for more people to want to be involved.
All right, neat. Okay, do you want to tell everybody where they can kind of find out about that, or you have
Sure, they can come to see the show at Theater 7 every Saturday night and speak to me. It's at 1406 South 3rd Street, or they can call 702-625-FILM, or 3456.
I'm sure somebody can put that down on the bottom of the screen. We're really
one of these editing geniuses is going to figure that out.
That's something complicated.
It is, and they'll figure out how to edit out the part where I take a drink of water.
Should I not say anything?
In the middle of an interview.
That's okay. If we were fancy, we'd have tables with coffee mugs.
Full of vodka.
But, right.
I actually keep a flask of Jameson's on the podium when I do the show.
Well, I can tell you're drunk right now.
I'm actually sober right now.
Oh, you're just like that?
I'm just like this. No, normally. That's the whole thing. And I actually encourage the players to go out and have a drink or two, or some people like to revert to nature.
Oh.
I just learned to do that, so I'm practicing it as much as I can. But whatever makes the actors feel comfortable, I'm not against it, as long as they don't come on stage slurring their words and stumbling.
Right.
Whatever helps them relax. The name of the improv group is Gilligan's Rotating Improv Players at Improv Audition Challenge, and the rotating part means you can take off for a few weeks and still come back and not lose your spot. Go out if you have a tour to go on. Singers, whatever, comedians are constantly going on tour.
Yeah.
Rotate out for a while, then rotate back in.
So who are some of your comedic inspirations?
That's a great question. I think the two funniest comics in America right now are Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery. But my biggest inspiration is Brian Regan, because he works clean.
Who is my favorite comedian, like I told you earlier.
Yeah, and he does live in Las Vegas, and my sister-in-law sat next to him on an airplane and said, "My brother-in-law loves you, why don't you perform in Las Vegas?" He said, "I will never perform where I live because people will track me down. They'll follow me home, and I don't need that."
Yeah.
But he's the president of the Clean Comics Association of America, and he's one of the only people I've ever seen where you go to one of his concerts and people shout out recommendations. They want to hear his joke again. Like,
yeah.
What's that all about?
Very funny. But Ryan and Colin, they are very good. As far as improv goes, the two of them together are just
incredibly talented.
You would think they would just rehearse scenes for
days
hours.
And days,
yeah,
but it's instant. And the thing I learned about Ryan Stiles is at 15 years old, he learned to do stand-up comedy in a strip club. He lied about his age. You really have to be pretty amusing to divert attention away from the real performers at a strip club.
Right, yeah.
So he's very, very quick on his feet. So my role would be kind of like Drew Carey, a little heavy set and older. I just need some ugly glasses. I'll be all set.
So you actually get involved in the improv too, though. You're not just hosting.
Right. What happens is every once in a while they challenge me to get up on stage, and I have to prove that I can improv because my name is on the title.
Right.
I'm not very good at it. Improv is a skill. It is an art, and these people who do it, they read books. There are schools that they go to. There are classes, and if we're going to teach them, I better know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm better at explaining things to people than I am at doing things. But that it's also the way I learn things. You can't teach me from a book. You have to show me how to do it. So the amount of talent we have on the stage, they have this motto that if you make the co-stars or the contestants look like a superstar, you're going to look like a superstar. So even someone as terrible as me, improv-wise, gets up on stage, they make me look good. And the audience gets a kick out of watching a fat, gray-haired guy with a flask of Jameson's get up on stage and make an idiot out of himself.
You're not that fat.
No, thank you.
Is there anything else you want to tell us before we go about anything you have going on, Improv Audition Challenge, anything?
I would like to just tell everybody that next week, I don't know when this is going to air, but our St. Patrick's Day special is going to be a spectacular show. It's going to be some of the winners from the Just Serendipity Improv Charity Tournament are going to be the performers in our show.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we're expecting a sold-out crowd. The crowd is about 80% sold out as it is right now.
How much
It's only $10 to get in at the door, cash only, and we're 2 doors down from a bar. We encourage you to visit the bar and get a to-go cup before you come see the show.
Okay.
Liquor makes it quicker.
Sure does.
Brings out the laughter.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, that's John Gilligan from the Improv Audition Challenge, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, this is John Gilligan, the host of Improv Audition Challenge.
experience of my life. Like, I just really had a lot of fun. I feel like I've come out of my shell.
The show makes me feel like I want to do another one right now.
I don't. Someone's throwing pencils at me.
These steroids! Oh, they're amazing! But it's just an interesting cast of characters. We are a team. As time goes by, we get stronger and stronger all the time.
We could post them like on Facebook.
I'm a really hardcore improv person. Chrissy, I told you that is not how we say our nighttime prayers.
Jabri Curry, aka Bill Cosby.
Jabri versus Smilerella.
Gilligan's rotating improv players.
What, you wanna go?
Not only do I want to go.
I'm wearing my panties next time.
Oh my goodness.
And you can't stop me.
That message paid for by John Gilligan.
Hope to see you soon.
I told you it was big, man.
Don't forget, you're watching Film Wars TV. And if you're not watching Film Wars TV, you hate America. That's all I have to say about that.
It's true.
That's all I got to say about that.